Trump's main advisor. Is he his campaign manager, Jason Miller? He's the actual senior advisor. Jason Miller went on TV and he was asked whether Trump is actually going to debate. And here was his answer.
What is going to be the deciding factor on whether President Trump does or does not participate in the debates?
Great question. At the moment, President Trump has indicated that he's unlikely to participate, at least in the first two debates. He's up by 30, 40, and even new polling shows he's up by almost 50% in certain places. It really wouldn't make much sense for him to go and debate right now with a bunch of folks who are down at 3, 4, and 5%. Even Ron DeSantis, who's the second place candidate in the race currently, is at least 20, 30, or 40 points behind. And so ultimately, President Trump will make a decision as we get closer. He has not said anything definitive one way or the other. I'm not expecting him to participate, though.
First off, the fact that the spokesman can't even say DeSantis' name probably, I'm just so sick of that shit, and I think more and more people are, but okay, they're just going to do that. That's fine. But Andrew, this idea that just because you're so far ahead, now national polls also don't mean anything because you have to win primaries, not national polls, but let's say it's all legit, and he is up by all those numbers. To me, that does not excuse you not going to debates. If we are ever going to get out of the lunacy that Spencer was just talking about, we have to be able to debate ideas. And if you're up by a ton, you should be able to debate them confidently. So I think it's going to be a major hit for him if he dips out of these two debates. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a hit. The balance you always have to play is that if you're that far ahead, you have nothing to win in a debate. You can only lose in a debate because he's so far ahead. The other side of that balance is that you look like a wimp and you look like you can't participate, especially afterwards when he comes out and starts calling people names and starts refuting their points. And everybody says, well, why didn't you show up and do that to their faces? Why do it behind their back? Trump has still got a bit of Teflon on him. He sinks so low. The name calling and the idea that, people are losers and all this kind of stuff that comes out of his mouth that to me, people do not understand how off-putting that is to a large swath of voters. It is why he lost. He did not lose because Martians took the machines and changed the votes. He lost because he's a rude, boorish man who treats people badly even when they work for him. And that comes back to bite you. And it came back to bite him. And I think, at some point, people look at that and turn away. But so far, he's just been golden. And the reason for that is because that's who he plays on TV. So everybody already knows who he is and thinks that's just Trump. But at some point, you hope people come back to reality instead of reality TV.
By the way, Andrew, I try to give you credit on this one every time you're on the show. I think it's worth mentioning again that we were together at the Daily Wire studios on the night of the Trump election with Ben and Jeremy and the whole crew. And you said something that really framed those first few years of the presidency for me and ultimately got me to be a Trump supporter, I think, in a certain respect, because you said on that night when the thing happened that nobody thought could happen, Trump became president, you said, wow, only in this country can that sort of thing happen. And that's a beautiful thing that we have in America, because in most countries, the thing that you don't think can happen can't happen. And that's the problem.